So, internet at the Motel 6 is the browsing speed is whatever, the upload speed. Oh boy. Um, I did a video hour and a half ago and it's at 16% uploaded. We paid $5 to the front desk for this computer so that I could upload videos. And this is and even said this is for gaming and for live streaming. And oh, yeah. And I forget that when I come down to the States, we're dealing with Q West lines. They're old phone lines. It's old internet and it's slow. And I forget when I worked for MSN and I answered calls for MSN, I forget just how slow their internet speeds were. And we would do ping tests and I'd be like, is this for real? And I would hear from people in charge, yeah, that's just how their phone lines are. And you forget until you're in southern Washington State and you're like, wow, this internet is just fabulous. So I don't necessarily blame the hotel. I know that it could very well be the phone lines in the area, and that's just how the upload speeds are. So your browsing speed's good, your upload speed is just ugh. Alright, let's play high-low, shall we? So what I did was I looked through the stats from this past season in my handy, wonderful annual. Here it is. Ooh, no, it's okay. In this Hockey News Annual that you can find on newsstands soon, or if you have a subscription, it'll come to your door. And I went through and I found stats for every team, almost every team, and found a guy that I think is going to go up or going to go down. Anaheim. Eves isn't going to score 32 goals again, and Perry isn't going to score 19. Perry's too low, Eves is too high. Arizona, I had an issue. I couldn't find anybody that I thought overachieved this year, but Domi's 9 goals, that was low. His points per game was the same as the year before, though. That's the funny thing, is I'm seeing guys whose points per game didn't change, but there's a perception because they got hurt that they had a bad year. Boston, there's no way Marchand scores 85 again. And I don't see Rask having a 915 save percentage. That has to go up, right? He's got to be at least 920. Buffalo, I had the Arizona problem. I couldn't find anybody that I thought overachieved this past season. O'Reilly, no, 55 points is standard for him, but Reinhardt's got to go up from 47 points. Calgary, Versteeg. Versteeg's 37 points is too high, not because he's not capable of reaching, but because I think his role is going to be diminished this year, and Bennett's going to take some of those points. I think Bennett's going to bounce up. Carolina, Stempniak's too high at 40 points. Aho's going to go up from 49, in my opinion. Chicago, Duncan Keith, 53 points. I think he's at the stage of his career where those point totals start to go down. Crawford at 918, that's a good save percentage. I think that's going to go up, personally. Colorado, it really says it all. I don't know that anybody had a career and who had a low season is going to get better. Pick them. Just pick them. Anybody, you're probably right. Varlamov, sure. Duchesne, yep. McKinnon, yep. Landeskog has to. Columbus, Atkinson's 35 goals is too high. Jenner's 34 points with 18 goals is too low. Dallas, Cracknell at 10 goals. I love Adam Cracknell, but I don't think he scores 10 goals again this year. He is a fourth liner. And Fox is 30 points. He's going to get higher than that. Detroit, Jimmy Howard's 927 is a little bit high compared to his career average, and I really can't see him getting there again. Larkin's 32 points is too low. I don't know that he'll ever be the star player that I think a lot of Detroit fans thought he was going to be after that rookie year, but I also think he trended too far down this past season. So I think somewhere in the middle is where he's going to end up. For Edmonton, Patrick Maroon's 27 goals is too high. Drake Caggiula's 7 goals is too low. I could see Maroon dropping to 20, and I could see Caggiula going up to 15. Florida, I couldn't find, it's the Arizona rule again. I couldn't find anybody that I thought overachieved. Underachieved, Ekblad's 21 points. He's going to bounce back. In the Kings organization, Carter, I think 32 goals is probably high for him right now. Kopitar's 12 goals is way too low. Kopitar's, he's got to have another gear, doesn't he? Hopefully he worked at it in the offseason. Minnesota, I think Eric Stahl had a very good year his first year. I think it's going to be very hard to replicate it. And Zach Parise just has to get better than 42 points. They're paying him way too much money, and he's way too important to be scoring 42 points at this stage. Montreal, I'm going to duck the tomatoes getting thrown at me for this one, but 22 goals for Byron is too high. And Brendan Gallagher's 29 points is too low. That's just the truth. Nashville, Austin Watson's too low at 17 points. I've been a big supporter of his, and I think Pekka Rinne is going to have his game scaled back this year. I think you're going to see Saros play 30 and Rinne play about 52 or 53. New Jersey, I couldn't find anybody that thought was too high. Too low. Adam Henrique stands out with 40 points. You could argue Taylor Hall, and you'd be right. But Henrique is just way too low. The Islanders, I think Anders Lee's going to come down from that 34 goals. But Andrew Ladd only had 8 assists. He's going to get more than that. His 31 points are too low, too. For the Rangers, Grabner, 27 goals. That's too high. Lundqvist, a 9-10 save percentage. That's way too low. I know he's getting older, but that's too low. Ottawa, Craig Anderson had a great year. 926 is high for him. If he ends up playing a lot more games, his save percentage will drop. If you look at seasons where he's played a lot of games, his save percentage hasn't been great. Bobby Ryan's 25 points is abysmal. Philly, I couldn't find anybody that I thought overachieved, but I did find Giroux with 58 points. I've mentioned it before. He's going to bounce back. Pittsburgh was tough, but I think Crosby's 44 goals are going to be hard to replicate because he prefers to be a playmaker, and he'll score goals if he has to, but I think he's going to get into dishing the puck off to Gensel. I think Gensel's going to score a lot. Hagelin, 6 goals is way too low. Way too low. This one, St. Louis was tough because Berglund's 23 goals. I know he's hurt, so it seems like an easy target, but I think even over an 82-game schedule, it will be very hard for him to replicate 23 goals. Stastny's 40 points. He's got to have more self-respect than this as he's coming up on a new contract. He's got to score more points. San Jose, you can't have Martin Jones starting 65 games, not if you want him to get you anywhere in the playoffs. You're going to have to give Dell more games. Jones is going to have to drop to 60 or less, or else he'll wear out by the time the playoffs roll around. And Bodker's 26 points for that contract. Shameful. This was a tough one with Tampa, but I think Hedman's going to have a hard time scoring 72 points again. I think 65 is probably right about his sweet spot, and he can still get a Norris Trophy with 65 points. Vasilevsky with 50 games played, he's going to play more than that. Budai will play probably 20, I think. I think Vasilevsky's going to play 60. For Toronto, I think Connor Brown's 20 goals are going to be hard to replicate in his sophomore year. And I think Riley's 27 points is way too low. Way too low. Vancouver, Marcus Granlund's 19 goals. I love the kid. I was in at the game where he scored 2 against Boston. I really don't think he's a goal scorer. And Eriksson's 24 points. Again, it's that high contract, and you've got to smarten up. Vegas, yeah, I filled one out for Vegas. So we got 31 of these to go through. Marchessault's 30 goals are going to be really hard for him to do in Vegas. 20, sure. 30, I don't know. And Garrison's got to get more than a goal and 9 points. Come on, Jason. Get your game together. Washington, Oshie's 33 goals. Got him a really fat contract. I don't think he scores more than about 25 this year. And Kuznetsov's 59 points. He also got a fat contract. I think he's going to earn it with 80 points. And finally, last but not least, the Winnipeg Jets. Connor Hellebuck is not going to play 56 games this year. I'm pretty confident in that. And Josh Morrissey's going to score more than 20 points. I don't know how much more, but he'll play 82 games. He'll play a lot, and he'll score more than that. You guys can debate how much in the comment section below if this video ever uploads. We'll see how that turns out. But for now, that's it from me. Let me know your picks for whatever team you'd like. If you want to go through all 31 teams, have that in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through the internet. From Motel 6 in Kelso, Washington, it's the Hockey Guy.